I got my heat out. See you with that red flag on, with that beep out. I left with 100 packs. Shooters like a quarterback. Money long I ordered. You can't get your daughter back. Go Brooklyn. I should get paid for the work I put in. Yeah, girl, you know you fucking with a shotter. I'm from Flatbush, you know the Gaza. Got to have it to your spot, to your spot, to your spot. Swear to God, you getting shot. Everything gets shot.
Alright, man, look, we done seen this story too many times. You real bad in the streets. Your name is to be respected. Ain't nobody effing with your set. And it all comes crumbling down once them people get their hands on you and you behind bars in that uniform and they hand you those years. Damn it, man. Casanova just got sentenced to 15 years, a decade and a half behind those prison walls. Let's get right into this. Welcome back to Hot Topics TV, y'all. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV. Alright, so here's the meat off the bones. So we recently covered Casanova as he denounced his gang and he got slashed in his face in prison for denouncing his gang, right? Now you know that denouncing your gang usually comes with consequences, right? He was a part of the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation gang, and he made no qualms about letting everybody out here know that that's who he rock with, that's who he fucks with, that's who he's down with, and that's who he reps. So to get behind bars, you know they have a saying like, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Well, he got behind bars and the tough stopped. He didn't get going. He started backpedaling, saying, I don't want to be a part of this no more. And consequences came with it. Now, I don't know if he had beef with somebody behind bars before, and that's what that was about. But according to reports from behind those bars, he got slashed in his face. And the security that was around at the time, you know, they have the officers in there. They gave an account. One of them said Casanova's face was cut wide open. And he was just sitting there with his face bleeding like crazy. But when he got slashed, they ran, him and some other dudes in there ran down and caught the dude that slashed him. And Casanova held him down and cut his face up multiple times. They said you should have seen the other dude's face. He was unrecognizable because his whole face just looked like cuts and blood. You couldn't tell where his mouth was from where his eye was from where his nose was. So Casanova is in there getting it in, trying to survive. Who the hell wants to do 15 years of living in those types of conditions? Let this be a deterrent for those who feel like they're built like that. Okay? Here's a story from hiphopdx.com. Shout out to them. So Casanova has now officially been sentenced for his alleged crime as part of the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation gang. And on Tuesday, June 27th, the Brooklyn rapper, whose real name is Caswell Sr., he received 188 months. Or you could chop it up to 15 years behind bars from U.S. District Judge Philip P. Halpern. Included in the crimes that he was accused of are a shooting in Florida on July 5th of 2020 and a robbery in New York City on August 5th of 2018 and conspiracy to traffic over 100 kilograms of marijuana. That's some of the stuff. Caswell Sr., as we know him as Casanova, is not just a notorious recording artist. This is how the prosecutor sold it to the judge and the jury. He said, this man right here, Caswell Sr., he is not just a recording artist. I don't want you to make a mistake and think that this is just some talented guy who goes in a studio and does music that sounds good. He is also a high-profile leader of a vicious street gang, and he is a magnet for gang violence. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams made his case in a press release. Now, at a crowded Miami house party, he said that Senior Casanova personally fired a gun that seriously injured and could have killed a victim. And also, once he fired that gun and hit that person, it sparked a shootout. More people could have been killed. This isn't the Wild Wild West. He continued by saying, furthermore, Senior's stature, Casanova's stature in the community, it was central to the Gorilla Stone's successful recruitment and nationwide expansion, meaning he's out here on gang business, not music business. He travels recruiting people to be in this gang, to represent this gang, to handle this gang's business, to expand this gang throughout the states. Today's sentencing, along with the other significant sentences that have been handed down in this case, it shows once again that gang life is just not worth it, and it will lead to many years in prison. A lot of the dudes that end up in prison end up getting these kind of numbers. Somewhere throughout their sentence, they start wishing they were dead, especially if you weren't built for this. You behind them bars and somebody done turned you into their bitch. You in there washing people's underwears and cooking for them like you the housewife. You know what I'm saying? Somebody telling you when to move. Get up. Move over. Roll over. Stay over there. Hey, bring me that. And punching you in your face when you say no. So again, if you're not built like this, this ain't where you want to go. Casanova is the 12th defendant in this case. In the Gorilla Stone case, to have been sentenced. He is the 12th person to have been sentenced. 5 more people are still awaiting their sentencing. And I remember Casanova calling in, I believe it was the Breakfast Club or whatever, but he got a phone call and he called in and he said, yo, what am I supposed to do? Like, everybody already snitched on me. Everybody already told on me. Everybody already rolled over and said what they said. So I'll be a fool just to sit here and fight this, acting like they don't have any information when all my other Codys already said what they said and took their deals and whatever. So he had no choice but to plead guilty in the end. Now, earlier this month, Casanova, who was signed to Roc Nation, Jay-Z's brand, he penned a letter to the judge, hoping that the judge would show him some leniency. Here you are on bended knees in front of the system, like you about to say your prayers before you go to bed. You know how grandma used to say, clasp your hands and bend your knees at the side of the bed, say your little prayers, and then go to bed. Here you are in front of the legal system as a black man, bending your knees, begging for leniency. You know they don't have no mercy. And by the way, according to your track record, they definitely ain't trying to have no mercy. Now, in the emotional letter, which was obtained and published by All Hip Hop, Casanova renounced his ties with the Gorilla Stone Nation. He said, I don't want to do this no more. I ain't a part of no gangs no more. And he admitted that he had been having suicidal thoughts during his time behind bars. Bars. Check it out. When you go behind them bars and you start having suicidal thoughts and then you start acting out like you want to bash your head against the wall all the time, cut your own wrist or cut your body up or whatever, they got a place for you behind there too, right? And not only that, they got medications to keep you on back there. That's why some people go do their time and when they come out, they act real different. They walk like they sliding on skates down the street. They off that medication. And then some of them get out and then they get right back in because that medication is not available to them out in the streets. Or they get out and they get on something different, trying to compensate for the medication they had to give them in order for them to cope, because they're not letting you out. You are going to do that time. Now, whether we got to keep you on drugs the whole 15 years, and then let you out when your time is done or whatever, but you're going to do that damn time. This is Casanova's letter that he wrote, asking for some mercy from the system. He says, "I am telling you and anyone that will listen that I wanted out before I was arrested, and I am out. I learned through my music career that people will listen and that I don't need to associate myself with a gang to succeed. I don't need to associate with a gang even if I don't succeed. While I've been in here, I lost my father to cancer. While I put on that strong facade, all I wanted to do was end it. Surviving on Rikers Island and upstate correctional facilities were not easy with racial and gang tension and violence at its height." Casanova went on to say, "I thought I needed to stay in the life in name because it was a way to promote my career. I don't care what the government tells you. I am telling you the truth. I was not involved in the daily activities of this gang. I wasn't anyone's boss. What I was, and I regret this, was a person that they could use to promote themselves in a world I swear to you I was trying to leave. I clearly did not do a good enough job of this, as I did find myself in one bad situation after another." Casanova has been behind bars since December of 2020. When he was named as one of the 18 people in this indictment, when they ran down on the untouchable Gorilla Stone gang, despite maintaining his innocence though, he pled guilty in the end. He had been behind bars since 2020. They squeezed him enough for 2 years. By the time May of 2022 came around, he pled guilty. He pled guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, and narcotics conspiracy. Them conspiracy charges are hell of a charges. Remember 50 Cent said one time, "Listen, man, it's better you get a straight up murder charge, or it's better you get a straight up charge than for you to get hit with a conspiracy, because it ain't no way to really beat a conspiracy charge. It's like guilty by association." But according to prosecutors at that house party in Miami, Casanova was actually the man with the gun in his hand, busting it, and did shoot somebody. And that person pointed him out. He the one that shot me. Kind of like in the Megan Thee Stallion case with Tory Lanez. And everybody was saying, "Oh, they're lying, she's lying, she's lying." Well, if somebody who you know stood in front of you and shot you, that's the best proof there is you surviving and coming to point that person out and saying, "I'm looking at him right now, Judge, he's right there. He's the one that shot me." Casanova was actually facing a minimum of 15 years and up to 60 years behind bars. So, maybe his letter did help. Maybe Jay-Z calling in and saying something did help. Maybe some of the big wigs he's associated with, the multimillionaires and a billionaire that he is associated with, actually did help him. He could have gotten the works. We could have woke up tomorrow and heard that Casanova just got sentenced to 25, 30 years. He was looking at 60. So if the judge gave him 30, it would have been only half of what he was looking at. He was facing a minimum of 15, and he got hit with the minimum, which was 15. Hey, man. His wifey is out here. Y'all know his wife, right? Casanova's wife is bad, okay? But she a hold me down kind of chick too. So she already jumped out on Front Street and said, "We gonna walk this down, baby. Hold your head up. I got you." She gonna be there for them visits. She's gonna be here to make sure his image and his name stays alive in the entertainment business so that the money keeps coming in. whatever ventures he got going on out here. She's going to be here to make sure the money stays on his books. She's going to be here to make sure that if he could get some conjugal visits, you know, hit that poontang every now and then. She said we got this. We are going to walk this down. I'm going to tell you the truth. 99.99% of people right now are saying, yeah, right. One person said, man, somebody already hitting that. He been gone for 2 years, 3 years already. He been locked up since 2020. We in 2023. He already been gone for 3 years. You think that coochie stayed like he left it for 3 years already? Maybe. There are some women who are able to do this and there are some who are not. There are some who have and some who said they were going to but did not. I'll tell you what. Statistics shows that most of those who said they would actually did not, right? But when you in this kind of situation right here, man, you don't even care who hitting it. You just don't. I don't want to know. You just don't want to know, right? All you need to know is that when you call, she pick up the phone. When you need that soft voice, how you doing? You all right, baby? I love you. When you need that, because you in there with a whole bunch of testosterone, dicks, niggas, and that's not your thing. So you're going to need that little softness from your woman. Whether she got another man out here or not, he probably won't even fault her. Because if the tables were turned, she ain't Remy, he ain't Papoose. You know, Papoose held Remy down. Papoose was out here being celibate and all that. Girls throwing their panties in their bras at Papoose. Come on, come get it. Papoose kicking them shits off the stage like, I got my wife. And y'all know when she come home how we about to turn up. And he did. But you know, if the tables were flipped, would you be holding her down? So in this case, we don't know. I'm going to take her for face value and say that she is going to hold him down. And I hope she does. But 15 years is a long time, man. And people do get lonely. So we'll see how it works out. I wish him all the best. Put it this way. You stepped in some shit. Now you got to clean it off your shoes. Right? I hope he learns from this. And I hope he come out a better man. That's all we can say for right now. I know 15 years from now, whoever is 10 right now, they'll be a grown-ass person. So whatever age Casanova is right now, he's going to be granddaddy age by the time he get out regardless. Right? I'm just saying. Is it worth it? I'll hit y'all in another video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV. And you already know, if the topic is hot, we're on it. Do y'all think his woman's gonna wait for him for 15 years? Hit that comment section and let me know. I'm out. Peace.